Good evening, everyone, and welcome
Hi.
to another very big Dragon Warrior Randomizer Tournament match in round 2 between Bobski and Betastrep. I'm NESCardinality. And
I'm
who are you?
NESCardinality. I'm Sparkover. Nice to meet you.
Fantastic to meet you. We are 20 seconds away from this fantastic race kicking off, which will determine the entire round of 8. We are down to 9 players at the moment, and it is almost time. In this race, it looks like both players are going Strength HP with the name Big Zed. And I have no other information whatsoever about what is going to happen in this seed. It's going to be a good one. Enjoy, everyone.
We'll find out in a moment. The racers are just starting up in SRL, and there they go on screen.
All right, it looks like we've got Mario versus Tov, Bobski versus Betastrep. And today in the treasury, we begin with, it looks like 4 strength, 8 agility. We've got hand axe money.
On both sides.
And we've got the stones of sunlight.
What's in the last chest?
A magic key.
Wow, how did you know?
Oh my, they start with Hurtmore. 2 Hurtmores, in fact. So I expect this will be a fast seed. The gold is almost irrelevant because Hurtmore is going to allow them to get a lot of gold anyway. But
Oh gosh. Oh,
only a little bit of swamp.
that's escapable.
Bobski goes straight to the town where Betastrep is looking for something big to hurt more. He finds a poltergeist, which will get him level 2. Meanwhile, Bobski gets coal. There is, let's see, broadsword, full plate. He's gonna go ahead and get the small shield. And it looks like that's it for now. Checking for potentially Erdrick's armor on the fairy flute spot, and it is Erdrick's armor. And with the swamp that starts here, wow, so a ton of happening. First of all, a metal scorpion breathing DL2 breath on Betastrep's face. Betastrep's still in the lead as Bobski has not yet fought anything, but here's a magician, and I suspect, yes, Bobski will take the hurt more because it instantly brings him to level 2.
So this is going to be fun and very fast to start out with. You'd normally think that starting with the swamp outside, that would sort of, stop you a little bit. But with the armor right there, well, you're going to be able to get out quite a way.
It's funny to see Betastrep hurt more a red slime, but that automatically brings him to level 3, so it makes sense. A huge power gain, huge HP as well, a great help for exploration so that he can get to harder enemies and use those hurt mores.
And we're just kind of going to see our players probably branching out as much as they can. They've only got a few Hurtmores out to start with, but they pretty much want to try and find some larger enemies if they can, just so they can get as much experience as they can.
Betastrep picking up that armor now, as both players are ready to go and hurt more into the madness.
Betastrep, I think, also picked up a small shield. Isn't that a cute little image, though? Like, just picture a dog, like, walking around with a shield on one paw.
That is cute.
Dogs are cute. So we've got Bobski sent back home, but we'll be facing the trials of the outside again, and with Erdrick's armor again, no trouble on the swamp at all.
No surprise that Bobski is also going to elect to hurt more Scorpion, another one of the more valuable early enemies, bringing him to level 3, even with Betastrep. I suspect both players are going to get level 4 at about the same time. Betastrep probably going to hurt more this magician. They did learn heal more, by the way.
Though I think with the low HP, or rather the low MP and Erdrick's armor, they're probably just going to want to spend it on the attacks.
Both players now getting 1 power, 14 agility, 1 HP, 1 MP, and the spell of outside.
And yeah, you were right, just right beside each other with level 4.
An excellent move for Betastrep on a magician, while Bobski's magician survives to fight another day.
And then a magician actually does run away from Betastrep. Oh my gosh, look at that cute little town in the middle of in the Nook.
The water dots.
Nook Town.
A very valuable warlock for Bobski. Until this green dragon, that was the most expensive enemy we have seen in terms of experience. Another town on Bobski's side. The first one in the Nook is Remolder, and he's still got some money. He's going to go straight to the key shop.
And meanwhile, we've got Betastrep, who did not take down the green dragon in one hit, but was able to survive the next hit and get the next level.
We're going to see 2 levels at once here.
Oh, true.
Not huge stat gains. I'm not sure if they gain any spells. Sometimes when you gain more than one level, it won't say that I was learned a new spell. I suspect it's when you gain multiple spells on each level.
Though based on the tracker, we didn't get one either.
So both players in Remolder now, and of course their first move is straight to the key shop. Bobski now going to head over to that treasure chest. It's going to cost 2 keys to see what it is, but it could be vital. There's absolutely no reason not to check it.
So both players in Nooktown now, where we get the keys, and in the chest we find the wings. Sounds kind of vanilla.
Is this random?
Oh, very. Did you see that town in the Nook? And perhaps I think soon we'll figure out the next one. So question in chat, how did this one open? We had hand axe money, the Stones of Sunlight, and of course then the key. Started with Hurtmore and had coal right by, so we could get the armor.
Time to check out the other town, and Bobski has found Hawksness, and with Hurtmore and being so close to home, there's just no reason not to check this enemy. It could be an Axe Knight or Armored Knight, which he could wipe out right away.
The Golem, not so much, though.
And he's choosing to attack. He sees Weak Breath, which means the Golems will be easier to beat sooner. You see, he survived 2 Weak Breaths before the Golem finally wiped him out. So whatever's there, if it's the token, they can get the token pretty early.
Chipping away, 1 HP at a time at the Golem. I love that little Nook town. It's so cute.
I'm not sure if Betastrep saw the other town, but I assume he did, and he's probably going to head over there next. Getting another Wraith, extending his current experience lead, which is a little bit superficial because, of course, Bobski also has Hurtmore and can catch up quickly, but man, these Wraiths are worth a lot.
So now we're looking in the treasury in the castle. We found the Silver Harp, 2 keys, and some big money.
And the big money means there's going to be a gold grind available. Should both players want the Silver Shield, there's not much else to grind for because weapons are less important due to Hurtmore, and they have Erdrick's armor already.
And so now I've got Bobski heading down to the cave where Betastrep does check out the Hawksness town. And in the cave we have the Stones of Sunlight.
Is this random enough?
Well, the Stones of Sunlight aren't going to be in here, but instead we have the Fairy Water. That's actually kind of nice for a Hurtmore seed. So now Betastrep choosing to run from the Golem. Kind of easy to run from in theory, though at the lower levels that's kind of questionable anyway.
I'm not sure why Bobski probably wanted to check Tentagel, the cave in the treasury. Betastrep electing to use his position to explore more and therefore run away from the Golem.
So I think I just want to alert some attention down to the bottom there. Did you see those 2 bridges?
I did not.
Well, they're very cute. There's one hidden behind the battle text, but you see. After we'll see the beautiful level 5 here.
Both players leveling up simultaneously. Level 7 gives 32 agility and 12 HP, a big gain for Betastrep as he continues to explore. That's exactly what he wants to see.
I think that's going to help. It's, things for looking. Things for looking. I like looking. That's sort of what you want to do in this game. Look around for things.
And again, Bobski is literally not behind, electing to explore a little bit rather than getting the...
Oh, he's gonna do it! My friend, Bobski. So beautiful. So, for anyone who might be unfamiliar, there is something, kind of a meme in the community called the Sparkover Bridge, which is a bridge that leads to exactly 1 tile, and that had a swamp on it. My heart is just touched right now. So Bobski manages to hit level 6, meanwhile Betastrep goes back to the town of Rimeldar. And exploration is around. So now we're checking out the east of Rimeldar, see if anything is over there. Look at all those rivers. Such interesting map formations. And we have another town on Bobski's side, but there's a blue dragon in his way. And he doesn't get away from it, so he'll be sent home. Though I imagine he's going to want to set his sights on that for right away.
Blue Dragon's very difficult to run away from at low agility, but he's not going to be at low agility for long, as the next level is going to more than double his current agility. Meanwhile, Betastrep encountering a wolf. Of course he wants to hurt more, as he is now 1 enemy away from reaching level 8.
Yeah, and definitely in a Hurtmore seed, these levels are going to come very fast.
So it looks like Axe Knights have Dragon Lord Breath, something to consider for Sharlock, although they're going to be one of the easier enemies to run away from in Sharlock. And unfortunately that hurt more, did minimum damage and wasn't enough to finish off that Axe Knight. Betastrep gets sent back to start.
Yeah, Axe Knights are very often going to be able to be killed in one hurt more, but sometimes it doesn't, and definitely feels like in the early game when you're trying to run it doesn't. So Bobski found another blue dragon here, but is trying to out-heal Morit or out-hurt Morit and survive. And
wow.
Unfortunately.
He connected with a hurt more, but he could have survived that second attack, but it was too much damage.
So now Betastrep does the exploration into the treasury in Tantagel, picks up the silver harp among a few other things, and does a little alley-oop. That's the technical term for when you enter and exit.
And Bobski didn't find that he didn't enter that fourth town yet, did he?
No, I don't believe so. He's still trying to get there, but the blue dragon is sort of playing the role of the fun police today.
It's so interesting. Betastrep currently has more than double the experience of Bobski, and yet once again, these players are not apart at all. Like, this is an equal race right now. Looks like Betastrep is now heading towards the, checking out the treasury and the basement.
And looks like Bobski is getting a little bit closer. The Warlock is going to be taken down in exactly one hurt more.
That'll give level 7. Both players now at level 7. Betastrep will get level 8 once he finds an enemy that's not too small. A Magiwyvern will do the trick, so we'll see level 8 right away. Level 8 in the first 11 minutes. Welcome to a Hurtmore seed. 12 more power, 1 agility, and 4 MP. Another blue dragon in Betastrep's way. It looks like the blue dragons are the temporary fun police of this seed. Not overly dangerous, but very difficult to run from. I shouldn't say very, because both players now have 62 agility, and that is enough to give a somewhat decent chance against blue dragons, but it's not happening yet. Betastrep really wants to hold on to his position. He's going to keep heal mooring between attacks, trying to run away, but it's still not working. He's got 1 heal more left, and he runs away instead of using it. And now, it looks like he will make it to that Brecconary town, as Bobski does a bunch of shopping himself. Betastrep will check out the weapon and armor shop, and everything for a gold grind is there. The flame sword and silver shield both existing there, as well as the magic armor, which will not be purchased. And you can see both racers are just jetting through this seed. Fast exploration, far distances, and lots of towns on the way. Bobski getting a very valuable Magiwyvern, once again closing the gap to about 200 experience. And another town appears, as well as a cave, which we can't tell if that's immediately accessible around that water or not. A very valuable green dragon, and Bobski gets it in 1 hit. So again, already you can see the experience within 100. This race is virtually totally equal.
And here we find Catelyn, so in here we're going to find out if the old man will lead us to any coordinates. But first, looks like Bobski is choosing to load up on some fairy water. Very useful for a Hurtmore seed when you really don't want to be worrying about seeing the lower level enemies.
If there's one thing I don't do enough as a racer, it's buy fairy water when I don't have repel. It's nice to see Bobski doing this.
So we're going to be taking a little look here. Thou must go and fight. What does that mean? Where are our coordinates?
Oh, there are no coordinates.
Whoa! How is that possible?
So Erdrick's token is going to be in a treasure chest. It also means the fairy flute will be in a treasure chest. Not a 100% necessary item, and will almost certainly not be used in this seed because we saw golems have weak breath. They're going to be easy to defeat. But yeah, the golem in Hawksness could still be a very valuable grind spot should the swamp monster not be an Axe Knight or Armored Knight. Another town on Bobski's side.
Garenham now?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that was our last one.
That's all the towns. Betastrep taking out a werewolf for 95 more experience. Bobski using those keys to get 3 more treasure chests and another cave. And if this is mountain or grave, I suspect it's time for a gold grind.
So in our chest here we find a torch, a cursed belt, very nice, which means there is something in Hawksness, for sure. And the sword.
The sword already. That takes one more thing out of the equation. It means once Bobski actually sees the token, it still could be in a chest, but either way, once he sees it, he's gonna know that it's grind and go mode.
So looks like Swamp South over here.
And you can tell, yeah, this is another location where if Bobski chooses, and he doesn't have to make this decision right now, but if he wanted to, he could Death Warp and Gold Grind. But it looks like he's going to check out the grind spot for now.
Yeah, not a bad choice, because we do know the Golem is one of them, but the Red Dragon is the other one, with Hurt More.
So both monsters equally valuable at a tremendous 255 experience. The Red Dragons have less HP, but the Golems they have weak breath, so you might have to use less magic overall against Golems. So it's going to be interesting to see where the players have to grind, if they even have to grind at all.
And so betastrep just hit level 9. I believe I saw 0 attack power, but then 7, 7, and 12 for the other two stats.
I do like Bobski taking the time to make some distance here. I can't tell if it looks like it's the tablet cave.
Definitely is.
So 1 treasure chest in here and 0 enemies. Bobski will use a torch to get through there quickly. Betastrep being sent back to the start. And again, both players fairly close in experience. Bobski having explored a lot. And only a torch.
Not just only a torch, Erdrick's torch.
Right.
Totally.
Rogue Scorpion for Bobski. Again, so much value everywhere in a Hurt More seed here.
And that'll be level 8 for Bobski. So still level 9 and only 3 spells. And another Sparkover bridge down in that corner there.
Bobski this time electing not to search that one. He knows there could be a lot of them in this seed, and you don't want to waste too much time. In Dragon Warrior Randomizer history, which goes about 4 years deep, there has never been an item on a search spot in a Sparkover tile. We're still all patiently waiting for the day when it happens.
So to be fair, we do already know there are no coordinates, so you can't really blame anyone for not searching that. I can never not blame anyone for searching that, but especially when you know there are no coordinates. So we found the Jerkover on Betastrep's side.
And there's not much left. Pretty much just Mountain, Grave, and Shrine, I believe.
Well, I think this is the grave. Yeah.
So, what is Betastrep's decision here? Obviously he's going to get the top 3 chests. I assume he'll check the bottom 2, and if he makes it that deep, I assume he'll just go ahead and Death Warp and make the gold grind for the Silver Shield. And since he doesn't have Erdrick's Sword, he'll probably get the Flame Sword as well. Just hasn't seen Garinham yet, which also sells the things.
The things. It's not too far away, though.
Warlocks also have weak breath. Bobski electing to try and conserve those last 2 Hurt Mores, but has to heal more for now. 1 Hurt More left, and of course he knows where a lot of towns are, so he'll have no trouble healing up when he wants to.
So in our top 3 chests, we had gold, a key, and something empty, so I assume that was the herb.
So this Axe Knight is going to get Bobski to level 9, as Betastrep's Axe Knight is going to get him to level 10. And again, both players so frequently leveling at the same time, although being 1 level apart right now. At level 10, we receive 6 power, 4 agility, 13 HP, and 8 MP. Bobski has seen Sharlock.
The Big C.
Just 1 more thing off of Bobski's list, so close to being in grind and go mode after less than 18 minutes.
So I think the only thing we're missing now is the token.
I think it's just Erdrick's token, and the Shrine Cave has to be found as well.
I mean, you know, Death Necklace and the Fighter's Ring for a bonus, but other than that.
Axe Knight's with that Dragon Lord Breath, and Betastrep very low on MP, elects to run away after taking a Dragon Lord Breath. Gonna do some heal walking with that Erdrick's armor as he approaches chest number 4 in Garen's Grave.
Hi, cute bridge. I can appreciate that.
Another green dragon. Bobski taking a look at attacking this guy and taking only 16 damage after the first attack. He's going to keep going with that Erdrick's sword, and he will 4-shot this guy. It's looking like the green dragon is not going to take him out if there's no dodge. And of course, now he can just do some heal walking.
Alright.
Finding all the locations. Here's the Shrine Cave.
Complete with Sparkover Bridge just north of that.
So that's it. It's just the token. Either it's in Hawksness, Or are there any... just the mountain cave, I guess.
Also, I need to say, I really do like that black and purple look for the wizards.
Yeah, it's good wizard colors. Purple works well with wizards, what can I say?
Oh, very good.
Another enemy with fire breath is the rogue scorpion. This one has weak breath. And I wonder if Bobski, yeah, he's still going to try and attack through these heals. I can't blame him because you see a 15 there. Now he just wants one in the 20s to take him out. 18 was not enough. I suspect he will still try again. There's the 14, and now he just wants something in the 20s. That would do it.
Ah, the little dance.
17 was all he needed this time.
Don't you love just fighting them against their heels? So looks like on betastrep's side, he's going to be trying to get the gold grind to happen now. We see a Demon Knight in the dark, or do we actually see it? I don't know. But either way, we are using the dragon scale, which counts as a move for you. However, you use no damage, so therefore you're able to set up the gold grind.
We see it when you attack or open up the spell menu. Betastrep being taken down. I didn't see if he got the 4th chest, but I don't... Oh no, he got all 5, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. So now it's gold grind time. Gonna be able to buy that silver shield, and again, I suspect he'll get flame sword money as well.
Yeah, so the gold grind sounds pretty neat. What's that all about?
Well, Sparkover, the way this game was programmed, and it wasn't just purposeful programming, there was a reason behind this. Back in the 80s, NES games did not have much space on them, so the way they programmed the treasure chests was, first of all, they wanted to make sure that you couldn't softlock the game by opening a chest and throwing away whatever you got if your inventory was full. So when you leave a cave, the chests are already always replaced in their original location, so you can always get the treasure back. And when you take a chest, the game puts it in an array that is 8 large, so it can fit 8 chests in it. And there's no location in the game that has more than 8 treasure chests, so normally they didn't expect this to be any kind of issue. But when you die in a cave, the game does not recognize that you've left the cave, and so if you open 5 chests in Garen's grave, as Betastrep did, and then you return back to Tenteja, which has more chests, the array becomes full as you open up to 8 chests, including the 3 in the throne room, which do count still. And then the game has no place to put this 9th chest, which in this case is the gold chest, so it just leaves it where it is, and you can open it over and over and over until you get as much money as you want. Betastrep looking for 24,600 plus maybe one more take there. Yes.
Open chests make money, wow! Thank you. You're always very good at giving that. That explanation.
Bobski taking another look at the Brecconary shop, which, as we mentioned, sells everything. Yeah, he's just thinking about that silver shield option, unless he just wants to buy a large shield and jet ahead, because 70 agility already is very high, and I'm starting to think that if he finds the token in Hawksness, he will entirely ignore the mountain cave and just go with the large shield if he can find it. Perhaps there's one in Cantlin.
Yeah, I mean, fighting the golem shouldn't be too bad once you can just kind of get your HP and attack power up enough just to be able to sort of survive some things. And, you know, with where they are right now, that isn't too bad. You might want to get your defense up a little more if you can, probably why he's thinking of the shield. But either way, I mean, with the heal more, it's, you know, not too bad to find. Yeah, question in chat, where was the sword? It is in the back of Garenham. Which I feel like Betastrep isn't too far off of, but it is sort of hard for me to plot things just while I am watching the 2 different racers run around. But we've purchased a flame sword and a silver shield on Betastrep's side. The gold grind has turned out well.
So Bobski with Erdrick's sword and Betastrep with the silver shield. Just about everything else is totally equal. Betastrep just needing to find that shrine cave. Both players continuing to jet forward with those Hurtmores. 60 experience now separates them.
Yeah, Bobski's done a great job of catching up. Now finding the grave as well.
I suppose Bobski's just checking for the token here. But with Erdrick's sword, I could see him, you know, he's got a lot of HP now. I think he should head straight to Hawksness and see if the token is there.
Yeah, it's always kind of a tough decision to make, because the grave does take so long to get to, but if it is just one thing you're looking for, you really want to make sure you're not missing it. And question in chat, have they seen Hawksness? Yes, they have. They are very close to, or rather, Hawksness is pretty close to the beginning of it. There is a golem in it, but we do not know what's in the tile yet.
Oh, the tile's a golem.
Well, the search spot on the tile.
Oh.
Words are difficult.
So Bobski temporarily took the lead there. With this green dragon, betastrep will retain the lead. Although the first Hurtmore didn't get it. So Bobski temporarily takes the lead before the green dragon takes it back. And we are going to see level 11 on betastrep's side here.
Oh, sweet. I'm going to read some numbers. So we get 6 power, 4 speed, 15 hit points, 1 MP, and a new spell! We've learned Hurt.
Thoroughly exciting.
So
Caitlin is right here. We know there are no coordinates.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen betastrep in here, but I could be mistaken. Anyway, Bobski right behind, also hitting a level 11.
And yeah, with all the HP, it is time to go fight that golem. 94 HP, and we know they have weak breath. Unless they have specifically heal more, it's going to be a very easy battle.
And now betastrep getting the word that we do not have any coordinates, so we must go and fight. How exciting. Meanwhile, Bobski making his way down the grave. And betastrep going off on an adventure yet again.
It's always fortunate when you do these things that might not pay off in terms of there might not be anything useful in the grave, but on the flip side, Bobski is still getting enemies along the way, and we haven't seen a jet grind. You know, there is no Hurtmore grind, so every time we fight Hurtmoreable enemies like this, it is a boon for Bobski's cave exploration.
So Bobski picked up the dragon scale from the second chest and is heading down to the bottom. I think we just saw gold in that one. Nothing significant, at least.
Bobski retaking the lead, and that Demon Knight extends it slightly. Both players still within 200 experience of each other.
Very tight experience-wise, and I think we've got Garenham over here. And if that's the case, we're going to be very close exploration-rise as well. And here we are in Garenham, so betastrep's going to receive the lovely news of what is behind here. And we've got almost the bottom floor for Bobski.
I assume Bobski will check Cantlin for a large shield and will check Hawksness for Erdrick's token.
Though there's also a chance with the grave for him here, he might choose to take the silver shield grind. Yes, the silver shield grind. So Erdrick's sword for betastrep in the Garenham chests, and he will go down into the cave here, which I think was Tablet. Pretty sure that's what it was down here. Or sorry, this one was Swamp South.
Betastrep, thinking about it, decides to cast outside to go to the other side of the swamp cave.
Aw, cute bridge.
And Bobski is walking out. I'm not sure if he's looking... I guess he's looking for a Death Warp enemy. He's starting to walk back and forth now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw betastrep go to a different floor to make the Death Warp happen.
Finding a Warlock, that's not great, but he knows it has weak breath, so there's the weak breath. Is he gonna... Yeah, he's gonna run away, find something better. An unfortunate little bit of a waste of time, as we have to take a few extra steps. Unfortunately, he's not getting any enemies here.
So here's now the Tablet Cave over on betastrep's side, and we will just be finding the disappointment of the bottom.
Just no big enemies to wipe Bobski out here. Do magicians have Dragon Lord breath? Is that what Bobski's looking for here? Oh, it ran away.
Yeah, it's very hard to Death Warp on an enemy that's frightened of you.
Finally electing to cast outside. They're 5 experience apart at the moment. Oh my goodness, if the enemies were the other way around, they could have been tied after this battle, but Bobski's gonna have a 10 experience lead after he beats this green dragon.
5 experience lead, 10 experience lead, how exciting.
Oh, sorry, 20.
Oh my gosh, the numbers, they keep adding up. And betastrep continuing the exploration on the, I believe this is the second continent. Maybe we'll see the mountain cave. I know we haven't seen that yet. And I know that's what everybody's wondering. Is that where the token's going to be, or is it going to be in Hawksnest guarded by the golem?
I am really surprised that neither player has gone to beat up the golem just yet, but I suppose there is a lot of exploration to do. Betastrep still has to find the shrine cave. I'm not sure what it is Bobski's looking for at the moment. I guess we'll just wait and see.
Again, possibly mountain cave. That's really the only thing he's looking for at this point. Maybe he just feels he's so far away that if he happens to take a death or finds the mountain cave, then he will go off.
I don't know the odds on finding
Sorry. Go ahead.
I don't know the odds of finding Erdrick's token in Hawksness in this situation. Perhaps Game Boy could, or I don't know. Maybe there's someone who could shed some light on that, but I don't know the numbers on that.
Well, I mean, we do know there's one item on that search spot, and then one of the other items that's not, so 50-50. It's either there or it's not.
An Axe Knight sending Betastrep back, as Bobski will defeat this red dragon if it doesn't have heal more.
Now, we've only seen hurt more so far, but of course heal more will only pop up, you know, when you're close to, I think it's 25% or less of your health?
That's
on the
right.
enemy side, that is?
That's right. Should just be 1 or 2 more attacks for Bobski here. I haven't been counting the damage exactly, but red dragons can have, I believe, as much as 107 HP.
Oh, but it is dodging. Kind of rude. So Betastrep actually was just sent home. I'm curious if he's going to check out Hawksness as well. We are both right in the same area here.
This race is so close.
But Betastrep is the first one to hit level 12. So we get 1 power, 3 speed, 8 hit points, and 1 more MP. And a new spell? We have Stop Spell. Possibly useful against the red dragons. And yes, looks like Betastrep is checking out Hawksness, so we're going to be very close to the same spot for both of our runners here.
Meanwhile, this Demon Knight is going to bring Bobski to level 12 as well.
And then a red dragon for Betastrep, who he is choosing to fight. Don't blame him at all. We have the resources to do that finally, and they are worth some nice experience.
And both players in Hawksness at the same time.
And both players on a red dragon at the same time.
The only thing that's missing here is Betastrep hasn't found the Shrine Cave yet, and that is pretty significant. It was a bit of a walk.
Look at that. They're 1 step away from each other.
Amazing. And these Hawksness enemies just do not want their enemy to get to the golem. They are guarding it with all their might.
Yeah, how did the racers even get here at an earlier level when they didn't want to fight these enemies?
It looks like Bobski's going to have to leave and go heal in Remolder before he comes back here. Meanwhile, Betastrep has enough MP. He will take a look at the fight here. Interestingly enough, using an herb there instead of healing. Only 16 damage. I am surprised. That is probably their minimum attack at the moment.
It looks like Bobski was almost going to leave, but then chose to turn around and go back to the golem over here.
I mean, with only 1 heal more and such low attack power, this is going to be a huge risk. We'll see if he gets an excellent move, and we'll see how much fire the golem breathes.
So, moment of truth here. We search the spot, and it is the fairy flute. Jerk golem.
So the token will be in that mountain cave. Neither player has found it, and suddenly this race is wide up in the air as exploration once again plays a huge role.
Yeah, it all just really depends on where it is and who ends up finding it first. So Bobski is able to take down the golem as well with only the 1 heal more, and also gets the news of the fairy flute.
Elects to take a death warp here, interestingly enough. No, he's blowing the flute. I guess he wants to fight this guy.
It's very risky. If Golem wakes up and punches you, well, you're being sent home there most likely. But he does choose to, you know, try it out and see what happens. Meanwhile, betastrep.
Oh, wow, he's gonna get this guy. Amazing. That worked out so well for Bobski with the sleep lock.
Yeah. So what are the odds of the enemy waking up again? Is it 1 in 3 or is that my chance?
I believe it's 1 in 3.
All right. Now the red dragon here. I think it's going to send him home, and indeed, that is what happens. And now it's time to scour the land. Betastrep does have a little bit more land to find as we are looking for the Shrine Cave on his side, but not too much more. Who knows? Perhaps we just missed a little peninsula somewhere. I do that all the time.
Betastrep once again retaking the lead. I would love to see a lead change counter. I know everyone loves to see the death counters. I personally would love to see a lead change counter just for seeds like this.
Yeah, it's been a very close fight so far for both of our racers here. And I mean, technically, even if one player was ahead in experience, sometimes the other one was ahead in some exploration and items, so hard to say.
And so here we go, both players frantically exploring, both within 100 experience of each other, both going in different directions.
Trying to think, where haven't I been yet?
And this is where map making and or memorization can be totally key. You don't want to retrace your steps over any place that doesn't lead to a new place.
But at the same time, sometimes I just find if you die a lot in some spots, kind of even just hard to keep track of exactly where you have and haven't been.
Bobski retakes the lead again as Betastrep kills a green dragon to once again take it back. And here's level 13. We get 3 power, 3 agility, 1 HP, and a new spell, which is Repel.
Does check it out, throws on the Repel spell, and now those little slimes won't be a problem anymore.
Such valuable timing for this exploration jaunt to have Repel all of a sudden like that, and Bobski's gonna get it after defeating this stone man.
Alright, so we've crossed a bridge to find the Land of Promise. Or the Land of Nothing. And question in chat, yep, we've seen the chests in Rimeldar Stones and the Tablet Cave. I believe we had... Tablet was on the other continent. Rimeldar was close by and had wings. Stones was in the Tantagel basement.
Yes, they've both seen him.
So yeah, both runners will know that the Mountain Cave is where our token lies.
I don't know what town that is.
That's Garenham. The Swamp Cave is in this one, I believe.
Alright. Betastrep has no orange stats. It's all either white or green.
What do those colors mean?
Well, green generally means that that's the kind of level you want that stat to be at to be in go mode. Orange is getting close, and white is just kind of the middle ground, it's a really vast middle ground for the middle game. So a lot of stats still lacking there. Only 7 heal mores. Strength is really low for the Dragon Lord. Both players definitely not close to ready to win yet.
But that's also probably a little bit of relief for them as well. You never want to be ready to fight the Dragon Lord when you do not have all of the pieces of your puzzle. So hoping for some new content over on the second continent for Betastrep, taking a look. On continent number 2. So this, I believe, yep, was the Shrine Cave. He'll be able to exchange his Silver Harp for the Staff of Rain, and again, just needs that token to make the rainbow drop.
It's just that mountain cave now for both players. Lots of exploration happening while simultaneously continuing that very effective grind with Hurtmore. And Erdrick's sword. The only thing Bobski's missing other than that is the silver shield. I'm still waiting to see if he's going to take a peek in Cantlin for the large shield. But with 84 agility, it's just not a major concern. His priority is finding that mountain cave.
Yeah, and I think our racers are both in very different spots on the map right now, so could be very different between who finds it. So we've got the big sea sighting over on Betastrep's side.
I think Betastrep has explored a little further here, while Bobski has developed, I think, a 600 experience lead. Very significant. Finding a dead end there, no mountain cave yet, and we've seen this area for sure. This is also a dead end, there's nothing to the right there.
Yeah, so I wonder where this is gonna turn out to be.
Still fantastic enemies on both sides. A Magiwyvern for Bobski, maintaining that experience lead.
Yeah, pretty much the biggest concern for them right now would just be making sure you can use your Hurtmores on the right enemies, and then be able to heal up as soon as you are ready to. Though I believe Continent 2 doesn't have any towns on it.
Where will that mountain cave be? It's not this one, I don't think.
No, I think we're back to the swamp cave here.
And I assume Betastrep wants to check out the tile, which we know is a red dragon, and he's got MP, so he'll be able to fight it. And I'm pretty sure he will. I'm pretty sure he'll just fight it and then leave.
But it is dodging. Such a nimble dragon, how dare.
So what's the better grind spot at the moment? I mean, I think I'm leaning towards golems. Our ability to stay there and Remolder being such a close healing spot, I think that's going to be better right now. The red dragons could be better later because they have less HP, but right now our runners are not so strong that they can just, like, 3-shot every red dragon, for example.
Yeah, and I mean, Swamp Cave in Garenham is always tempting, but at the same time, it is a long walk down there to get back out and then back in.
And despite the experience difference, it is impossible to say that anyone is ahead right now because it all comes down to exploration for the mountain cave. Bobski continuing to search around. Betastrep took a death warp there, and his HP was so low on that last swing, I wonder if he thought he was going to one-shot the red dragon, or if he just decided it was time to death warp.
I mean, at that point, you can't really think you're going to be running from the red dragon anyway.
Betastrep apparently only has one key left, but that is realistically all that he actually needs. In fact, he might not need his last key either.
Well, you do need the key to get through Garenham so you can get over to Sherlock, and you might want to keep another one on handy for the Sherlock treasury just in case, so good to keep in mind.
But Remolder is close to home and easy to get to, so
it's in the nook.
No problem there.
So it looks like Betastrep is now choosing to look a little more on the first continent. And, you know, is wondering what the rest of us are wondering. Where is that mountain cave? I think we saw Bobski in this area not too long ago.
Now this is interesting. Axe Knights, in addition to having Dragonlord Breath, have Heal More. That makes them a little less appealing for the grind, but trying to one-shot hurt more them is still a very valuable tactic for grinding. And unfortunately, this one ambushing Bobski, sending him back.
Though at 3 MP, there wasn't a whole lot to do in that situation other than run and hope that no other enemy would get you, so hopefully for him, he doesn't feel that's too much of a setback. But we've got an issue here. We've got an entire mountain cave missing. How can you hide one of those?
Where is the mountain cave? That's what both players are thinking.
That's what we're all thinking.
A golem for Betastrep, but he just runs. He's going to use his hurt more for faster battles on the way to the mountain cave.
And that makes sense. You want to use your time to find, you know, the items fast as you can.
Another dead end for Betastrep. Bobski resuming exploration. There can only be so many ways left to go. Betastrep, I feel like he's explored a lot, and he's gonna find that cave soon.
So as we're searching all over the map here, I just want to give a couple shout-outs. I want to give a shout-out to Demarine2, who is doing our tracking and doing a great job of it. And also I'd like to give a shout-out to NESCardinality, who is doing some commentary.
And doing a great job of it.
Oh, definitely. Anyone you'd like to give a shout-out to?
Like to give a shout-out to the Seawolf, who's doing fantastic chatting in chat. CD Improv for all her hard work. And, of course, the lovely Sparkover.
Oh, gosh, well, what am I doing here?
Fantastic commentary is what you're doing.
By the way, our restreamer Sparkover also doing a great job. Also, shoutouts to Lasagna, because High Spirit says so. We've got a very good community here. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here tonight in our quest for the mountain cave.
That is the theme. It looks like Betastrep will elect to fight the red dragon, who has much less HP than a golem. And I'm gonna stay at Remolder to refill here. We'll see if he decides to take more keys. I wouldn't be surprised at all. It's a short walk around to the keys.
Yeah, would be a good time to refill those since you're in the area.
If I had one key right now and I knew we had to go through the swamp cave, I would definitely get keys here.
So it looks like we've got about 1,000 experience lead on Bobski's side now.
But Bobski sent back again, and that's so prohibitive, being sent back from exploration.
Yeah, the Dragon Lord Breath, even if you have the armor, it can still just kind of get you sometimes, and, you know, it's a concern.
Another dead end for Betastrep as he now searches further to the west. As the land is opening up, will the mountain cave be over here? Going north first. He's been here.
That's Catelyn, I believe. Yeah, again, sometimes just when watching two people, it is very difficult to exactly pinpoint what you have and haven't seen on both cases, but...
Even when I know what most of the map is, I can't keep track of where both of them are at the same time. There's a cave!
There's a cave! That has to be our cave.
Wow.
Well, here we are, so...
Well, as someone who roots for even races, this is what I like to see. The player who is behind in experience finding the last remaining important item. It's a divergence in paths, and we will see where they converge once they've both found the mountain cave.
Though it does look like Bobski is right on the way there, and it does make sense. I mean, we have seen a lot of the map, and we have not seen this part of the map yet on either side, so let's see. We've got the herb in the first chest.
And if that were the token, I suspect Betastrep still might have gone downstairs, seeing so many good enemies in the cave, just to check in case the Fighter's Ring were there. There is the token.
And Mountain Cave is a short cave anyway. Again, Fighter's Ring, nice little bonus to have. And it's always good to have Death Necklace as an option, especially when you're already above 100 HP and yet your other stats are kind of lingering.
So Bobski's experience lead's certainly significant at the moment. Betastrep is a little bit further through the mountain cave and also has the silver shield, so things are extremely close, and either player could easily win this race at this point. We gotta wait and see what happens.
So we've got a torch and an empty chest. That's going to be another herb. And then down on our way to the last chest, looks like both runners are choosing to check out as much as they can. Though actually no, it does look like Bobski may have taken the... Oh, he's still on the top floor. My mistake. I'm sorry. So the last chest in the mountain cave. Do we get something cool? Do we not? We get some gold.
Alright, so Betastrep is out of there and on his way to one of the grind spots. Which one will he favor? We know there's going to be a grind spot used here. Whether it's Red Dragon Golem or perhaps some sort of desert section which has a lot of Axe Knights and Green Dragons or something. Who knows, maybe Betastrep will actually stay right where he is. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, when you have some Hurtmores on you and one of your grinding spots aren't really good for that, you sometimes almost want to check out a desert, see if you can find something nice beside a town, cast Repel, get some Axe Knights. It's a good day. So Bobski has completed the mountain cave. Both players now have all of their necessary items to get into Sherlock Castle. The last thing to do is just to go visit the Jerk and get the rainbow drop.
And I think that was fairly close to home, not too much of a walk for them.
And yeah, fair enough. Good point in chat. Problem is Axe Knights have hurt more, and as well I think we saw them have heal more?
They have Dragon Lord Breath and heal more.
Oh, okay, okay. Either way, yeah, that for an enemy that can be killed in one hurt more, they can also cause a lot of trouble when you do not, when you don't get them in one shot.
Going to be very interesting to see if what choices these racers are going to make for grinding. Betastrep visiting the Jerk immediately, so he has that rainbow drop already. And again, also has that silver shield. And with such high agility, it's less likely to be a factor, but it is going to help, especially through an extended grind. It could potentially help a lot, particularly in a grind that doesn't involve hurt more. So, is Betastrep heading for Hawksness or the Swamp Cave, or will he chill out in a desert with Axe Knights and Green Dragons?
Yeah, it's a tough choice, because I mean, you know, the Golem is relatively safe, but again, their attack power is just really lacking. So Bobski, not too far behind, visits the jerk with the beautiful purple beard. Look at that majestic purple beard.
Kind of looks like a bandit's mask.
I mean, I wouldn't stop him from wearing one of those either. So Betastrep takes a quick look at his stats rather, and goes into Hawksness.
And I like this decision. My first instinct was that the golems were going to be better. I think you just need a little bit more strength to make the red dragons better, but it is close in all fairness. I just think taking so little damage, being so close to a Molder, I just like the golem grind in Hawksness better at this level.
Yeah, there's also the benefit of having the fairy flute if you choose to use it to keep the golem asleep. A lot nicer than the red dragon's hurt more.
And you can see the red dragon just laying down so much damage, costing Betastrep a bunch of magic. We're not going to see that as much from the golems. I don't know if they have 50% or 75% weak breath. I sort of think it's 50 based on what I've seen. But maybe 75. It's too hard. It's too small a sample size for me to tell.
So we've got level 14 here on Betastrep's side. We've got 2 power, wow, 5 speed, 2 hit points, 10 MP, and a new spell.
The MP is significant for sure. Looks like the spell is Radiant, by the way. And Heal. Both of them.
Ah, we're not too excited by that.
Yes, Betastrep still only has 1 key.
But that's all we need.
There's the weak breath from the golem.
Don't want to check out the treasury.
Well, he's already done that.
Well, I mean the Sherlock one.
Oh, yeah.
What happens if all of a sudden we get 20 HP?
Then he's gonna buy a key on the way. So yeah, Betastrep's already settled in this comfy grind spot. We saw before, Bobski's lead was as big as 1,600 experience. Now only 1,100, and Bobski's being slowed down by this red dragon, which is just not as good a fight at the current moment. So this race just getting closer and closer by the second.
Yeah, with Bobski having been just a little bit behind on the exploration for the final part of that, Betastrep does have some time to catch up here, but it is definitely grind and go mode time for both of them. And I suppose what's left is to find out exactly when our going level is. And, well, that can possibly be debatable depending on how our stats end up.
And for those wondering why Betastrep isn't using the Fairy Flute, the reason is because it takes about 8 seconds to use, and it's going to cost too much time in the grind, and 1/3 of the time the golem's just going to wake up anyway, and it's just a waste of time. So it is just faster to fight through it, and with Remolder so close by, it's just not a problem to get your magic back.
Yeah, and a good point in chat by my other Nick, having to balance using the flute versus taking possibly some extra trips or shorter golem fights or trips to the inn. Just sort of depends on what you feel is best at that point.
Only 800 experience between them now. Betastrep having to go back to heal as Bobski's going to take down this red dragon.
And this red dragon will give us the level 15. Let's see what we get. Get 3 power, 3 speed, 28 hit points. What did I say about getting 20 hit points in the next level? And 5 MP.
Betastrep now turning the corner as though he has seen that level. This is the time where he decides to get keys, realizing he only has 1 left and he may want one for the treasury. Very good on Betastrep's part to have remembered that keys could be important in this case. I'm curious how many he's going to buy. When I do this, I generally just fill up on keys just in case, and Betastrep does that.
You can never have too many keys. You know, until the man tells you you're not allowed to buy anymore. Then apparently I guess that is too many.
So the Death Necklace and Fighter's Ring are both in Sherlock, and both could be very valuable. Whenever you have really low strength, that's when the Fighter's Ring is at its most valuable for the Dragon Lord fight. You know, unless... even... if basically, as long as your strength is below attack power is below 140, the Fighter's Ring is almost always going to reduce the Dragon Lord battle by at least 1 attack.
I don't know, NESCardinality. I put on the fighter's ring in vanilla, and it didn't seem to do anything for me.
Well, you see, Sparkover. In vanilla Dragon Warrior, the fighter's ring, there was a programming oversight, and it did not end up giving a strength increase. Everyone is sure that that is what it's supposed to do, and thankfully we had McGrew to fix that for us in Dragon Warrior Randomizer, so that the fighter's ring can play a very significant role in this game.
But what about the death necklace? I never even found that one.
Well, first of all, in vanilla, the death necklace comes from only one chest and only has a 1 in 32 chance of being there when you open the chest.
Gosh, how could such a miracle item be only 1 in 32 chance to find it?
I don't really know why they did that, but in Randomizer, the death necklace will give you 10 attack bar, but you lose a quarter of your max HP. So basically, you only want to use it against the Dragon Lord, usually, and you usually only want to use it when you have at least 130 HP. Bobski now has that, so this is officially a death necklace seed with high HP and low strength. So I suspect both players will be checking that basement in Sharlock.
Yeah, and there are some points in chat being made here about how betastrep might have a slight advantage with the silver shield. Definitely true. A lot of that might just come down to exactly how our stats lay out. Like, the longer your fight is going to be, I'm pretty sure the more, valuable that silver shield will be with the more attacks you take, and therefore the better chance of getting doubles, possibly, or anything else, similar to that.
I also haven't seen Bobski settle into a grind spot yet. The difference between them still about between 700 and 800. Both players grinding on these Titan monsters that give 255 experience. Betastrep's now going to get the Death Necklace news at level 15, 28 HP gained. That 5 MP also gave him his 9th heal more.
Question in chat, has Bobski seen Sherlock? Yes, Bobski was in fact the first one to find it. Very possible that right now Bobski might be looking around for a large shield.
I don't know.
I haven't been following his path very well, but...
I would have assumed he was grinding on the overworld, but he's not on desert or hill tiles, so I'm just not sure.
He was in Catlin, but didn't check shops. Alright, well, thank you.
Oh, it's Garinham. That makes sense. He could be trying red dragons for a grind. I'm not sure.
I mean, possibly if he thinks we might be getting there soon, he might just like this because it's slightly closer to where you need to be to get over to Sherlock.
And with all that HP, who can blame him? Red dragon's now easier to kill. Checking for the large shield here. It is not here, just a small shield.
And the townsfolk getting in the way. But look at that, we are at about 300 experience difference now between our two runners.
Incredible.
And now noted in chat, 1 key left for Bobski. It's technically at this point all he needs, but he needs to be very careful. If he happens to take a death here, he will need another key just to get into this cave. And I kind of want to predict that unless we get the next miracle level for strength, we are going to want to use our death necklace.
But he's definitely aware of it, because that's clearly the reason that he opened those 3 chests in Garinham, looking for another magic key.
So Bobski heads down to the red dragon. Meanwhile, we've got betastrep fighting the red stone man. Wait. Everything on his screen is red.
And betastrep has again temporarily retaken the lead before Bobski retakes it once again with this red dragon. Such a close grind. Betastrep is going to have to leave momentarily while Bobski can stay with these red dragons for a little bit longer. Only 4 red dragons will get him to level 16.
And so as noted in chat here, with Bobski casting outside, the door to the inn in Garinham is now relocked because he visited the overworld, which does relock all of the doors. So it's something that he's definitely going to have to take note of, or he's going to have to make an extra trip to Remolder to buy some keys.
It was a speed play, guys. I think he knows he has to, like, unless he wants to walk all the way through the swamp cave every time and all the way back and not leave Garinham to heal, he knows he's got to buy more keys. So I think he's going to death warp after this round of magic. I think he's just thinking in terms of speed there.
Yeah, again, Tantagel will have some keys for us as long as you can open one of their doors.
Bobski once again retaking the experience lead.
Because no matter what, even if you get to the next level here and you are all good to go, you still do need to have a key to get to the inn. Or rather, you don't need a key to get to the inn, but you do need a key to get back through the door to get to this side. There are no towns on the second continent where Sherlock is.
Yeah, a lot of theorizing going on in chat, but it's true. It's very unlikely that level 16 is going to give enough strength at this point.
I don't know, we just saw 28 HP. Why not 28 ATK?
It wouldn't be enough. Well, unless he gets a lot of MP as well.
Well, you've got a death necklace. What more do you need?
Oh, that's a good point. With the death necklace, it might be enough, actually. I didn't think about that.
We'll see. Is this going to get... Yeah, I think this will get us the level.
Yeah, it would be enough with the death necklace. Alright, so we'll find out on this red dragon. Will level 16 be enough?
Then we get to see the Bobski shuffle. Or we don't, depending on what our stats are.
If it's not enough, I bet that once Bobski uses his last heal more, he will elect to just death warp and go get keys.
Alright, so level 16 here. 3 power, 7 speed, 5 hit points, and 17 MP.
It could still be a lot of grinding from this point. With the death necklace, let's see, it would still take, 32 attacks to beat the Dragon Lord.
Do we have enough heal mores for that?
Let's see, 11 heal mores? I don't think so.
11 is smaller than 32.
It looks like I was wrong. Bobski is going back south, so I'm not sure, once he realizes his key quantity, I'm not sure what the decision is going to be here.
We'll see. We're about 300 experience between our two runners right now.
Casting Repel, he's going somewhere.
He's going somewhere.
He's got something I haven't thought of in mind. Oh yeah, I didn't consider the Fighter's Ring, Nick. That's a good point.
And yeah, we do know for sure that both the Fighter's Ring and the Death Necklace are in Sherlock Castle. Now, whether or not one of them is down in the pesky little vanilla chest, we don't know for sure, but we'll find out later. So now we're in Cantlin, looking for the large shield, and Bobski finds one. And purchases it. So it makes his defense situation a little bit better. The Dragon Lord, with the large shield now, cannot attack him for any more than 48.
And Bobski remembering the key issue. Going to pick up some keys now, so he is all set. Betastrep reaching level 16 and has retaken a very slight experience lead. Both players, of course, going to go to at least level 17.
And so we'll see what we get here. Again, if Bobski does choose to go back to Cantlin, or, sorry, back to Gardenham, then he will have a slight lead in proximity towards where the Sherlock Castle is. And yeah, it's right around the corner here, so it looks like that is going to be the plan. And yes, so both of our players have plenty of keys now. I assume definitely because they know that they're most likely going to be wanting to take the Death Necklace, that they will want to be stocked up for that. So good thinking on both their parts.
And Bobski's still electing to fight red dragons, and you can't blame him having this much HP, wanting to go for an enemy that has less hit points to fight. Those heal mores are going to be so effective right now, and he's got 11 of them. You can't blame him for favoring this grind. He should be able to complete a whole level just on this one trip, I'm pretty sure. Well, unless they just attack first every time. Both players opened their respective battles with a hit of 19 here.
The parallels! So how does a red dragon manage to back attack you anyway? Aren't these two pretty swift?
They're pretty swift, but there's been a theme this year in this tournament, and everybody knows about it right now because it's happened so many times. that agility has just not seemed to matter at all. Racers have had high agility and had trouble running from things. Racers have had low agilities and raced through a Sharlock laced with red dragons. It just doesn't seem to matter at all, although I promise you it does. I'm not trying to tell you otherwise.
I don't know. I seem to subscribe to this newsletter. So still about a 300-point gap in between the two of them. Betastrep is going to be having to reload very soon with just one heal more left. Using it right now, probably has one fight left in him.
And it looks like I was right about red dragons. Bobski should be able to get this whole level on this one trip, while Betastrep will have to take a trip to Remolder in between. It's going to be very close. We don't know if level 17 is going to be enough. It seems kind of unlikely at this point, but it's possible. If they get double-digit power, I think they'll be ready to go immediately.
And then after that, we'll live the adventure of what's in Sharlock. Though I believe we actually haven't seen an armored knight yet today, have we?
I didn't see one.
Yeah, I don't believe we've seen one. If we did, and it probably didn't last very long, but other than that, trying to think of what else. I know that the Axe Knights have the Dragon Lord Breath. Other than that, not sure they're too bad.
4 red dragons plus a smaller enemy potentially for Bobski to complete this level here. He's 2 red dragons behind Betastrep at the moment, while Betastrep is off to Remolder to heal. Both players are going to be relatively even, and this is anyone's race, guys.
So it's 12,000 experience needed for the next level. We are just 4 red dragons away on Bobski's side.
Betastrep has a silver shield, and it's nice, but with such high agility, the large shield is certainly enough for Bobski. There's no thought process going into getting a silver shield at this juncture.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, monetarily wise, the silver shield really isn't worth it. It's very nice to have it, of course, when you're able to get it, but the amount of time it takes to get it, you get a lot more bang for your buck on the large shield. Did anyone think about that when pricing it out? No, nobody did. It's just a few more red dragons on Bobski's side. Meanwhile, taking a look over at Betastrep over here, as soon as we get the nice little pop-up in the battle to see our experience is... Ba-ba-da-ba. Alright, so just a few golems away as well. Looks like I think he's... Actually, no. They're very close in the experience. A little closer than I had realized.
They're basically even right now. Bobski taking a temporary lead here, but still needing 2 fights to get there, while Betastrep just needs 2 golems to get there.
They're going to be leveling at a very close time to each other. I mean, I think Betastrep does the advantage in this one, but depending how the fights go. But either way, they're going to be leveling very close to each other, and we will see the excitement of what happens here.
One more small thing to keep in mind that might not be so small. If this is the level, Bobski has position on Sharlock, and that could play a role as well.
Yeah, a little bit of a hike over for Betastrep. Either way, Bobski is going to have to go back to the inn.
Bobski's looking for the small enemy, by the way.
Yeah, hoping to find something other than the red dragon, just in case this is the level. But on Betastrep's side, we have level 17. Is this our time? What happens here? 4 power, oh gosh, 3 speed, 1 hit point, and 9 MP. I don't think that's going to do it.
I'm taking a look at the numbers, and it's going to take about 20 attacks to win. With 12 heal mores, it's just not enough. Keep in mind, they don't have that HP bonus when they use the Death Necklace.
So Bobski doing a little dance outside and then going back in. And still more golems ahoy for Betastrep.
It looks like people in chat are thinking about doing a grind on the way down, and that is certainly plausible here. With so much agility, you can run from the things you don't want to fight. Red dragons are certainly manageable with this HP. You don't have to put the Death Necklace on until the Dragon Lord.
Yeah, and another bonus with the higher agility and therefore higher defense points is you're able to defense break a lot of the enemies in Sharlock. But what is this? Looks like Bobski is going on a little adventure to the other side of the swamp cave.
I think he still wants a spare fight, but he's used Repel, and there are going to be less options available to him.
Maybe it's possible he just wants to check out Sherlock and get the treasure chests in there before doing the fight.
That is possible. It looks like he's heading in.
Or he's just really banking on this being the level. I actually didn't notice he hadn't gotten 17 yet, so he will be very soon after one more enemy.
He did cast outside, though. I don't think he's thinking about winning on this level.
No, probably not, but he does hold the rainbow drop towards the sky and will be the first one to enter Sherlock Castle.
It is possible, you know, if the next level gives like 20 power, Bobski could just finding himself winning with 6 heal mores. That could happen.
But here we have Bobski getting level 17, and unfortunately, the bad news of the 4 power, we'll see what he does with his plan now. And that is a very fast turnaround and return.
Now, what is the thought process behind casting return here, I wonder? Is he probably switching back to golems?
Yeah, I'm thinking also, he was hoping that was the level, and probably it turned out to not be that, so... Unless he does need some more keys? I wasn't sure how many he was down to, but... we were able to buy a few more.
I guess he was worried about his key count.
Looks like he had 3 at the time. Let's see where we head now. Looks like back to Garenham.
Betastrep just sticking to that golem grind close to Remolder. Going to be very valuable. He has taken a significant experience lead once again.
Yeah, it looks like we're about 6 golems away from the next level on Betastrep's side.
3.
Oh. Sorry, bad math on my part.
Back to the Red Dragon grind for Bobski in the meantime.
So let's see, yeah, that is a 1500 experience point gain for, or rather lead for Betastrep, so... And yeah, just a few more and we'll see what the next level is.
I really hope Bobski's planning to dive and get a level here. If he is, he could win this race that way, or it could end up being really close, because Betastrep's going to be in catch-up mode and running from fights. He'll be right on Bobski's tail. We just have to wait and see. It looks like Bobski's going through without using magic, guys. This could be it. But no, he's using a torch, which means he wants that spike tile.
Yeah, most likely, and he does make the turn. We're going back to the Red Dragon.
You never know what's going to happen here. This golem is going to get Betastrep to level 18, and there's a chance that this will be enough. And if it's borderline, as many people in chat have mentioned, he could end up grinding a level on the way down.
So let's see what we get for level 18. What do you think? Big money?
Oh, I never want to speculate.
4! Sounds familiar. 7 hit points, though, is going to add a nice little cushion to after you use the Death Necklace. He's really thinking now, though. The Death Necklace will put you at 85 strength, which is usually where you want to be, you know, at the minimum for most runners.
Still gonna take about 16 attacks to win, and he has 12 heal mores. There is super high agility and a little bit of extra HP to consider double attacks. 18 is winnable. It's the first reasonably winnable level, but it's risky as well. And again, I could very easily see Betastrep choosing to grind a level on the way down here.
So question in chat, do they have the Death Necklace? No, neither runner has the Death Necklace yet. However, we know it's in Sherlock Castle. So, unless, you know, that our level 19 brings something very topsy-turvy, we are most likely going to be collecting it.
Man, it's just so close. Like, this is a reasonable level. Like, if you get the first attack against the Dragon Lord, which you're likely to do with this agility, I think you're the favorite to win. You need at least one double attack, I think. But it's all so close, and it's not guaranteed, so it's scary if you're in this situation. But yeah, it's a doable level, and I think if either racer doesn't go at 18, they'll both go at 19, I think.
Yeah, though at the same time, in regards to double attacks, you know, especially on Betastrep's side with 101 defense power, you kind of want to hope that that's going to be the case. But another thing on the other side where that might be sort of a deterrent is Sherlock is very far away. You might not want to make that walk, but with Betastrep about 1,400 experience away from the next level, We will see what his plan is, but he does cast Return. We are saving frames here.
Yeah, I wonder if this is the point where Betastrep decides to finish a level on the way down. He's got full herbs and keys. He's ready to go.
We go in east or west here. That's going to determine something. And we are headed west. Looks like he is headed to Garenham, which will take us to the Swamp Cave and see what our decision is from there.
What a good dog.
Oh, very good dog.
Look at him roaming the countryside with his gigantic silver shield in one paw.
So we're going to have both of our players in Garenham for just a second here. They're not quite at high-fiving distance from each other, but they are in the same area as each other.
I just keep thinking about going at level 18, but it's just so close. It could take 16 or 17 attacks. If you roll low, it could take even more. You have to rely on maybe one double attack, maybe more depending on your rolls. It's just scary. Betastrep's play here is playing the averages a lot safer, and it's going to be super easy for him with this agility to finish the level on the way down without using a heal more.
So, our lovely tracker, Demarine in chat, says, this shield is just strapped to Tov's back, Tov being the dog. I think that's adorable. And I mean, really, if you're attacking a dog, maybe you are attacking from the top, and you just, shows you his back.
I could see that. This is a turn-based attack system, so the dog could just attack and then turn around.
So Magiwyverns actually have sleep, though not really a risk. They also hurt, and that's not very intimidating at all. So I'm seeing a lot of straight up on Betastrep's side here.
A lot of enemies in the Swamp Cave here. Of course he wants to conserve all his magic in the meantime.
We've found the other side. Looks like Betastrep is definitely headed to Sharlock. I'm sure hoping to gain the next level on the way, and seeing what we will have on the next level.
Bobski, meanwhile, 5 red dragons away from the next level. It's not going to take long to get to that level. And yeah, again, with the HP that Bobski has, it was not a mistake to fight the red dragons. The grinds were very similar.
And so Tov, being a very good dog, stands on his hind paws and puts the rainbow drop up into the sky.
You paint a beautiful picture, Sparkover.
I just want to picture a good dog on a good day. So let's see what we have in Sharlock now. We didn't even get to see it before when Bobski did build that rainbow bridge, but we've got stone men, and we know they're not very intimidating. You can run from them pretty easily.
Betastrep failing to run from this stone man, and after seeing that he's defense breaking it, I'm surprised he didn't fight it. But he's not fighting anything. Is he just gonna go at this level?
Possible. Might even just be looking for something else. Stone men still can take quite a bit of time. Maybe possibly looking for some werewolves or star wyverns.
That's fair. He is very close. Only another 1254 experience to get there.
Though honestly, with Stonemen having both Stop Spell and Hurt, I would be very tempted to fight those at this point. Especially Stop Spell being, a free move when you've got the Erdrick's armor.
Betastrep trying to maximize everything he can. He's
got
a blue dragon for extra experience. These guys worth 180.
Yeah, we're only going to need like 5 or so Sharlock enemies depending what we find. So maybe he just wants to be selective. Also knows there is the mini-boss fight on the bottom. Definitely don't blame wanting to run from the Axe Knights, even though you're defense breaking them. With them having both Heal More and Dragon Lord Breath, you really don't want to be dancing with them at this point.
4 more red dragons for Bobski. Or 3 more. Wait, 2 more? 2 more.
Now you're doing Sparkover math.
2 more from this point.
So perhaps we'll be able to see some new enemies soon in Sharlock and not so many fire-breathing Axe Knights.
Betastrep in no hurry whatsoever to get this level out of the way, being only on the 3rd floor of the massive Sharlock. He has found a werewolf.
Ooh, but they do have Hurt More. Not very compelling, but at the same time... Oh, and they also have Baby Heal.
Which means he only takes 1 attack here, which is nice. Usually he'll be able to 2-shot them at this strength.
But at least, other than time, nothing else hurting you at that point. Looks like Axe Knights are on these floors as well. How many different enemy sets are in Sherlock?
3. They're the top 2 floors, the bottom 2 floors, and the middle 3 floors.
And yet Axe Knights are on all of them. At least as far as we've seen.
Sorry, I guess I should say the bottom 3 floors. Despite the fact that 2 of them are really short, they are 3 different floors.
Alright, so we've got level 18 on Bobski's side. We'll see what the decision is at this point. Meanwhile, we've also found a wizard, another enemy that you are possibly looking to fight in Sherlock, and it also is Hurtmore.
Bobski leaving instantly. I think he's gonna go for it at 18.
Yeah, just probably wants to refill and then seeing what the business is. And we have a power play on Betastrep's side. We are checking the Vanilla Sword chest first.
I didn't even think about this, but with 2 treasures left to go, I can't blame him for being thorough like this. He wants to land in the basement and have that be the end of his trip, and this is the only way to guarantee it. There's a fairly good chance that both of his treasures are going to be down there, but if one of them isn't, he's going to have to go back. So, well...
I'm pretty sure I saw him only have 1 torch.
I have to admit, though, okay, there is the torch issue, but I have to admit, I don't like this because he is getting an extra level, and that level is just so likely to be more than enough to offset, like, I mean, I don't know, either one of them pretty much. But it's hard to say. If the Death Necklace specifically were up there, that could be a problem on a low strength gain. So props to Betastrep for thinking of this. It is the thorough, again, he's playing the numbers, he's getting the level on the way down, he's getting all the chests so he doesn't miss anything. And it's not that far a walk to that chest.
Yeah, just a few more short floors and we'll be seeing the bottom floor of Sherlock Castle, getting a little peek at the Dragon Lord from the distance, and of course seeing what's in the treasury.
Now it does look like Bobski's intention is to grind this entire level on the way down. He's fighting a Magiwyvern, so I'm assuming that's what's going to happen.
And we have golems on this floor. We know they're somewhat friendly to have, and we've had plenty of experience with them so far. Betastrep is very cozy with them, having spent hours with them. And that's going to put us within about 500 experience of level 19.
Yeah, this is a third of the way to that final level from where he's at right now. So can't blame him for doing this knowing that they have that weak breath that they like to use so often.
And yeah, we're just a few enemies away from the next level, but first...
Yes, it's time for the pyramid, so everyone who likes to guess.
I guess for the Death Necklace. Possibly guess for both, why not?
They're both there, why not?
I mean, I always guess middle, and when I'm guessing for 2 things instead of 1, you know, I have better odds. So let's see, we start off with the wings, not so much. Fighter's Ring.
Bottom middle for Fighter's Ring.
Puts it on.
It is on.
And the Death Necklace. No odds for Sparko.
And with full... wow.
Immediately puts on the Death Necklace. Thy body is being squeezed.
And I guess he's doing that because he still has to finish this level. Just wants to make sure he can 2-shot whatever enemies he's going to fight. A wizard here, an obvious choice. Easy 2-shot. Not guaranteed to be in 2 shots.
But even with the Hurtmore, it's not too bad at this point.
Oh, it wasn't a 2-shot.
Oh, unfortunately, though, the numbers didn't quite agree with him.
He's got to be a little nervous right now at 52 HP after having put on the Death Necklace.
Got some herbs, though.
In reality, he's going to be okay. And again, it's so likely this next level is just going to put him way over the top.
And now he likes the Stone Man. Don't blame him at all again with Hurt and Stop Spell. They're, you know, they're still a little bit of a long fight, but they do well. Unfortunately for Bobski, sent back by Dragon Lord Breath from the Axe Knight.
Ugh. That's just unlucky. And it looks like he's going to go refuel keys again.
So Betastrep being very choosy here about what the next enemy to fight is. Choosing the Stone Man. This isn't quite going to give us the level. But after this, the next enemy will.
Betastrep down to 49 HP and still needs 1 more fight for that next level. He's going to use an herb and start walking towards the boss tile. I wouldn't be surprised if he ran from everything before then. But here is a wizard. Well, he knows it has Hurtmore, so yeah, I can't blame him for wanting to run from this. He takes a Hurtmore despite having 103 agility. And he is going to get the level from this Stone Man. That's the choice. He's going to have the extra level for the mini-boss fight.
And I mean, especially after putting on the Death Necklace, hopefully having the extra attack power and maybe something from this level will help out, but let's see what this level brings.
Even 1 power here is huge. 3 strength is enormous. I'll run the math quickly. It's going to take about 14 attacks to win, maybe 15 depending on the Dragon Lord's health. And you can see Betastrep has 12 heal mores. There's a little bit of potential for double attacks. Definitely the favorite to win.
It's playing it very safe here, using the flute at 112 agility against a golem just because you really don't want to have anything bad happen. He's already had bad luck with running from things when you wouldn't think he would. But again, agility, the big ol' myth, more at 11.
The Dragon Lord's attacks have a range of 21 to 43 against Betastrep. So with 114 HP, a lot of potential for double attacks. It's not a guarantee. We've seen big streaks of Fire Breath, but Betastrep is definitely a favorite in this battle. And wow, he ran away from the Axe Knight. He's going to use some herbs here. He has to beat this Axe Knight. He's going to do a little heal walking, and we found our first Armored Knight!
Yeah, we've seen a couple, but we ran from them.
This is scary timing. Betastrep is not safe here. He needs to heal walk a little bit. He doesn't want to run out of herbs, and he's got this Axe Knight to deal with.
Yeah, and I think even if he risks a hurt more, yeah, he does lose a heal more from that, so you don't want to be putting yourself in that position.
It looks like he's going to heal walk all the way. I can't believe he didn't see an Armored Knight sooner.
I know we've seen a couple, just they hadn't really been any trouble for us so far.
Another Dragon Lord breath. This is going to cost so much heal walking time.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Fire Breath just takes off so much of your health, especially a bigger percentage when it is, when you've used the Death Necklace already.
You can only imagine how scared Betastrep is right now, knowing this is the safest way to keep all his heal mores. Here we go. Will he two-shot the Axe Knight? He can't use a hurt more.
So the Axe Knight attacks, that's a lot nicer than the Fire Breath, but doesn't get it in 2 attacks.
So he'll take a Fire Breath, and I assume he'll use an herb and do a little heal walking. I don't know how many herbs he has left, though. Smartly using his last heal that did not cost him a heal more.
And so thanks to the tracker, we see that it was 50% heal more and 75% hurt more on that Axe Knight. Sounds about right. Thankfully for Betastrep that the heal more didn't take off with that, and now we are going to talk to the Dragon Lord. He's going to offer you the world, but no, we say no. Thou art a fool.
Here we go, folks. All 12 heal mores, but only a single herb. He takes an attack there, and that is as good as Stop Spell in this situation. Betastrep will use that last herb, I guarantee you. And an attack, that's not bad, only 9. Having 88 HP is almost as good here. He's got a chance for 2 attacks to start.
All right, NESCardinality, we've proven that my math hasn't been very good today. Would you like to do some math here?
Starting off with 13, which is above average, and he does get his second attack. He's at 21. This is going to be such a close fight, whatever happens. 34. And he gets a double attack early!
Very good. That's going to help a lot.
44 damage, and he's already a massive favorite to win.
But a short heal more there thankfully leaves him still safe at 51 HP.
53 damage dealt now. It's looking really good. 61, starting to see lower rolls, but he's not nervous yet. He got that double attack. It's very significant. And average-wise, he's still way ahead in this battle. 72 damage. And wow, another double attack!
Another double, amazing. And gets 13 off that.
85, and he's well over 90% to win right now. 99 damage.
Yeah, he's got to feel really good at this point.
His minimum attack is 7. So even with all 7s, I mean, he's just nearly there. I think he's done 114? I stopped looking for one number, so I'm a little hazy on it, but I have a general vicinity.
And another double right here.
That's it. It is over. So it all comes down to menuing here, which is pretty easy.
Alright. Yes, it's easy. No one's ever screwed that up before on this channel. Gotta be very close here now to the end. And with that, Betastrep has defeated the Dragon Lord.
GG Betastrep.
Yes, get your GGs in chat for Betastrep, who's going to be moving on to the next round to be facing Mr. Holmes.
8 players remain in this tournament.
In a moment, once it's official, there we go. Betastrep has officially finished in first place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 28 minutes, and 51 seconds to show. Sorry. Words. How do they work?
Bobski seeing the GG, taking a moment to pause. Not sure what he's going to do here. Looks like he is going to finish up level 19 pretty soon.
Yeah, let's see, we're about 500-ish experience away from that. So it looks like he has used some MP along the way.
Yeah, he's dropped a heal more. We saw Betastrep had no problem against the Dragon Lord, and it looked like the Dragon Lord had low HP as well. That's very significant. It could be an entire attack. It could be 2 entire attacks, depending on how you roll. So Bobski certainly still in possession of a very good chance of winning here.
And looking here, looks like Dragon Lord had 161 HP.
That's higher than I realized.
That's okay. We knew we were safe after the third double.
There's an Armored Knight on Bobski's side. No trouble to run away with triple-digit agility.
Yeah, and meanwhile he has picked up both the Fighter's Ring and now the Death Necklace.
Looking for another herb in those chests. Can't blame him for that. And there isn't one.
Yeah, but when you're empty on herbs, or even just having used a few, it's always nice to take a peek for them. Just in case.
Bobski rounding the corner now. Currently at 146 HP. Of course, that'll change when he uses the Death Necklace. Bobski still needs at least one more fight before the mini-boss. Not wanting to try an Armored Knight, can't blame him for that. There are better options. But getting a lot of Armored Knights suddenly... Axe Knights are scary. He still doesn't know that an Axe Knight awaits him on this tile.
But now he's found out!
And he's going to attack and then move forward and fight the last enemy on the brick tiles.
And with the excellent move there, that's quite a clean fight for him there.
A bit of a relief there. He still has the extra HP as well. And of course, if the next enemy is a wizard, then he will have to fight another one after that.
But he's choosing to go for the Armored Knight.
I can't blame him. I really like this. He still hasn't used the Death Necklace. He had a little bit extra HP, and he's not taking much damage at all here. He 3-shots the Armored Knight.
Yeah, and that's a good point too. When you haven't put on the Death Necklace yet, that's pretty much free HP if you're going to be using it, because, you know, you don't have to heal up all the way. And yeah, he puts on the Death Necklace right away. Now, instead of having to heal about 50-ish HP, he only has to heal about 20-ish or so. 30-ish.
I have to assume he's going to use one herb, and there it is.
Yeah, the last few steps to the Dragon Lord is going to put him right there, but he does one little alley-oop to get the last of the HP up there. And hello, Betastrep. Welcome to chat. Congratulations on your win. We've just got Bobski on the Dragon Lord here. And so let's see how this fight goes for him. Would you like to do some math?
I'll do it for real this time. We're starting at 11. 22. 2 11s in a row, right on the average line. 34. Oh, that was a high attack. 46. Attacks can do more specifically to Bobski because he doesn't have the silver shield. That's worth noting here. 58.
But still not more than Dragon Lord Breath, which is usually the notable spot for most runners.
This battle is going to be really close. He's at 70 damage now, ever so slightly above average, with 6 heal mores to go. 80 damage. Still hasn't seen a double. It's a little scary. $91. Didn't get a double attack there. One double attack would make it feel so much safer. 102. Can't attack at 41. Just keeps getting those Dragon Lord breaths. 110, a low roll, and now this is getting scary.
Got 2 heal mores left here.
Why is he always breathing?
Dragon Lord needs to breathe too.
120.
It's not impossible, but I have good feelings. Come on, Bobski's gonna do this.
133. Come on, only low attacks from the Dragon Lord. There's a fire breath. I was hoping he would get another attack, but he didn't. It was just all fire breath. That's so mean.
And unfortunately with that, Bobski chooses to forfeit from the race.
He was 1 attack away. Right on average damage. A very well-fought race. Things were so close between the both racers for so long. We couldn't have asked for anything better. Thank you, Betastrep and Bobski, for a wonderful race.
Just waiting to see here if Bobski wishes to come in for an interview. But what an amazing race to watch. The lead changes so many times was amazing to see in the beginning. It was very tense for, the first very long while. And looks like we have got Bobski in chat here. Hello.
Well, that was a thing that happened.
Yeah, that was definitely a thing that happened. It was a very amazing race to watch, though. It was very back and forth for most of the entire seed, actually.
I don't know how it felt, but you guys were very even, basically throughout, until the endgame grinding. You both got into the mountain cave at just about the same time. You were both just about equal experience in the grind for a while until the last level or so.
Yeah, I got antsy in the last 20 minutes or so, and I think you could probably tell by watching, but I was really happy with my first hour and really frustrated, I think, with the last 40 minutes.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right. I felt like during closer to the more of the end of the game, not entirely sure the plans you were making at some of the points, but it was very close up until about I think it was around when you found the mountain cave. Betastrep was just slightly ahead of you at that point and sort of ran with it then.
Yeah, I think I'll rewatch it, and it will feel kind of like it snowballed away from me at that point. Right about, I don't know, it was probably an hour mark. But I spent a lot of time trying to remember not to spend my last key when I should have just bought 6 keys and dedicated to the grind like I said I was going to. But, that's the way it goes. Quite happy with the way the tournament went for me, and a huge GG to Betastrep, who is always a dangerous runner to draw.
Absolutely. Congratulations to Betastrep, GG to both of you, and thank you for providing us with yet another epic race. 8 players left in the tournament now. We have 3 weeks ahead of us. 3 different rounds to go. Lots more to look forward to coming up. And that is the story.
Yeah, any other thoughts from you, Bobski, about that seed?
No, I thought I routed really well early on and got pretty lucky stumbling into Remolder when I did, but I couldn't capitalize on it, at least not in the end game. So I'm excited to see how the rest of the tournament plays out, and I want to say a huge thank you to Ness and Sparkover and the Tracker and Restreamers for today. I do greatly appreciate the time that everyone is volunteering for this stuff. So thank you again.
Oh, you're most welcome. We had a lot of fun commentating this one. So thank you for inviting us.
Alright, so I assume the next round will begin... Today's Sunday, so I assume the next round will begin right away. People can schedule their matches immediately, and we will see when those 4 matches of the round of 8 are scheduled in the near future.
Yeah, so we're down to 8 runners. We've got 4 matches left. So our first match is going to be Game Boy F9, a veteran of the Dragon Warrior Randomizer. I believe he's won 2 of the tournaments so far.
The last 2.
Yes, who is going to be going up against Thurwolf, a newcomer to the tournament. So that's going to be very interesting to see the difference between the 2 of them.
Thurwolf having a tremendous tournament so far. Next we have Up to NG against Jay Coper. Both of those players on a tear in this tournament. The round of 8 is so interesting, and it's really neat to look at the matchups here.
Yeah, then of course our next one, as determined just by tonight, we will have Mr. Holmes. I believe that was the winner of the first official tournament.
That's right.
Yes, versus Betastrep, who did just win the race tonight.
And finally, we have Lorgon against High Spirits, 2 of the single-digit seeds in this race. High Spirits currently number 3 in the SRL rankings for Dragon Warrior Randomizer, and Lorgon also having a tremendous tournament. These matches are going to be hard to predict.
Yeah, I mean, anything goes really. One wrong turn for one runner or someone else, and you never know what's going to happen with that, and there are going to be some really interesting matches. So we actually already have 3 of the matches scheduled. Game Boy and Thurwolf is going to be tomorrow at 5 o'clock Eastern, and then Jay Coper and Up to NG will be playing at 9 p.m., both here on RPG Limit Break.
And then 2 days later, Lorgon versus High Spirits at 1 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, there are going to be a lot of very interesting matches and a lot of fun to watch, so... hopefully everybody will stay tuned.
And enjoy. Thanks so much for joining us tonight, everyone.
Thank you indeed. Thank you again to Demarine, too, for doing the tracking for us tonight. Always lovely to work with you. And speaking of always lovely to work with you, thank you so very much, NESCardinality. I love doing commentary with you.
Always a pleasure, Spark.
It would be great to do it again sometime. As for now, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us tonight. It is always great to be here, and just the amount of work that the community has done to put these races on has been a lot of fun. And always great to see the support from everybody.
And as seemed to be tradition lately, there have been a lot of casual races after these tournament matches, so if anyone wants to race tonight, I will be there.
And with that, I believe we are done for the night. I'm going to throw us over to Speed Gaming 2, who is doing a Zelda 1 randomizer weekly race that is a spoiler challenge. So that should be a lot of fun to watch. Thank you so much for joining us today, everybody. Take care and have a good night.
Good night, everybody.